Hello everyone and welcome to Vegas Showbiz. We are Jessica and Michael Pellegrini, and in this video we're excited to give you our review of the reincarnated Jersey Boys show in Las Vegas. If you didn't already know, Jersey Boys used to play for about 8 years in Vegas, but it's been gone since 2016. They recently brought it back with a new cast at the Orleans. It's the biggest show they've ever done at the Orleans, and they just had a grand reopening. We were lucky enough to get invited to that grand reopening, so we're excited to give you our breakdown of it. We never saw the show before, we've heard a lot of good things, but we're a blank canvas here. All we really knew is that it was about Frankie, Valli, and the Four Seasons. It was going to be a musical, so we're going to give you our honest take on it. Before we get started, just one small favor to ask of you. If you're enjoying our content or getting value out of it, please show your support by subscribing to the Vegas Showbiz YouTube channel. We're doing our best to grow the channel, and your support via subscription really does help us out. So with that said, we'll jump into the review, and for that I give you Jessica Pellegrini.
Okay, so Frankie, Valli, and the Four Seasons. Like Michael said, we really didn't know anything about Frankie, Valli. It was a little bit before our time.
Right.
We both knew a couple of the songs, but only a few. Man, the show was good.
Yeah.
So many good hits that we had no idea were actually by Frankie, Valli and the Four Seasons. The band itself has sort of a twisted past with people in and out of jail and money laundering and fraud and tax evasion and all kinds of stuff. It was good. It's 2 acts. It's about 2.5 hours long. There is a 10-minute intermission. It plays at the showroom at the Orleans.
Right.
We were really, really impressed. I thought the actors did an amazing job. They had some great voices. The set is pretty minimal.
Right.
We kind of liked that. It's not distracting then. It's all about the story and the music.
Yeah, they make it work still, you know.
Yeah, they really do. Not a huge cast. There's probably about a 15 to 20 piece cast.
At most, yeah.
Including some of the musicians.
Right, yeah, there is a band that's coming in and out throughout the show.
Right, so there are actors that play multiple roles, which is common. Man, we just really liked it.
Yeah, some of the actors are even playing their own instruments. Some of them are faking it, but I noticed that several of them were actually playing their instruments, which I thought was great. As you would expect, great voices. I mean, such talented people.
Oh yeah, I mean the cast is from all over the country, actually all over the world. I know that there was at least one person from the UK, and I think I saw in the bios that there were a few other people. And the cast is made up of people that have traveled all over and done all kinds of different shows, so they really come together with a ton of background, a lot of history on what they've done. Several of the cast members have been in this production elsewhere. You know, it was just really on point. I mean, we have to be completely honest, at the Orleans, I didn't have high expectations.
Wasn't sure.
It's not your #1 go-to spot for a show like this.
Yeah, I mean, they've never done a show like this. You know, this is kind of a new thing. We've seen other shows there that I very much enjoyed as well, but they weren't this like music theater, you know, very theatrical.
Smaller shows is what I think of for the Orleans, because their venues are smaller.
Right.
This is the first time I've actually been to their showroom.
The showroom is a larger theater, must hold, you know, 500 or more people.
Right, much larger than the other things they have at the venue. They call their other venue.
Right.
So yeah, I wasn't expecting a big to-do show like this, because I honestly just didn't know that the Orleans had the ability to do that.
Yeah, and I mean, it's first rate. Like if you're looking for music theater, that type of thing, I mean, this is a top-notch show. There's no question. I mean, I wouldn't go to it if you're looking to go to a magic show or something like that. But if this is what you're going for with the music and a theatrical production, this is definitely worth consideration. One thing that I really liked about it was that, you know, we've been to some other shows in the past where they've been running for many years and the show kind of feels a little stale, to be honest, and I'm not calling anything out in particular, but even though this show has been done in other carnations before in Vegas, it's a new cast, it was a new venue, and you just felt that energy, I thought, from the performers. You know, it really translated from the performers to the audience. I picked up on that. I also I couldn't believe how many of the songs I actually did recognize. You know, I grew up as a kid listening to oldies in the car with my mom and Motown and stuff like that, and so many of those songs like, oh, that's Frankie, Valli and the Four Seasons.
I didn't know that was the Four Seasons.
Yeah, so a lot of good music. I mean, we were enjoying the music the whole time.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's as part of the show, I didn't realize realize that the Four Seasons are actually in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
I didn't know that either.
You know, so you have to have a lot of hits if you're going to be inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Yeah, for sure. Another thing that I liked about it is that often if I'm reading a book for pleasure, I tend to read about things that are music related. Could be an autobiography or the story of a band or something like that. And if you're into that sort of thing, this is going to be right up your alley because it takes you on this true real-life journey of Frankie Valli and the Four Seasons. I mean, there's, you know, a lot about Joe Pesci, the actor, and how he was related to their whole upcoming.
We didn't know that either.
No, I had no idea. So that was really interesting. You know, if you like that true life, real story kind of thing, you're going to get that out of this show for sure.
Yeah, we definitely are fans. We would definitely recommend it. I thought it was a top-notch show.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, highly recommended. I don't even know what else I would probably recommend to compare to it in Vegas. I mean,
as far as musicals go, there isn't one that I can think of off the top of my head that's at this level.
Yeah, I've heard that Menopause the musical is very good. I was just going to
say that, but that's much smaller.
Yeah,
it's a smaller show.
I haven't seen that one, so I can't say for sure, but I know it's one of the other popular musicals in town.
Right, and this one would be more in line. Well, you know, I just can't really think of anything to compare it to, which makes it neat in itself that it's sort of in a category of its own currently.
Yeah, absolutely. I will say one thing is I thought that it might be a little bit more family friendly, but the language caught me off guard a little bit. And obviously we don't care at all, but if you're bringing younger children, there's definitely some strong language, a little bit of sexual innuendo, not a big deal. But if you're sensitive to stronger language and don't want to expose younger children to that, I would, you know, caution against that part. If you've got older kids, not a big deal, but just that's really the only thing to consider. It did catch me off guard a little bit, but, you know, kind of spice it up a little bit as well.
Right, right. And I guess one last thing to mention is the story itself is quite interesting in that it's told from multiple perspectives. I enjoyed that. I mean, it's not just the story of the Four Seasons, it's from the eyes of the band members themselves.
Right.
And they all have a piece of it. And so that's really cool. I like that.
Good point. Yeah, because they're all important characters. It's not just Frankie.
Right. It develops the characters that much more.
Good. Yeah. I like that. Yeah.
So
yeah, much recommended.
Yeah,
you know,
I mean, honestly, I think I would go see it again.
I would. Yeah, I mean, we were walking out going, yeah, you know, I think your mom would like this, and I think so and so would like this and stuff. I mean, it's definitely got something for anybody. And I've talked to several people who loved it. It's my favorite show, this and that. So it's good to see that they kept that up and you know, did it right. Right.
So even if you don't know the music or you're maybe not a huge fan of the music, I still think that you could go to the show and enjoy yourself.
Absolutely. I agree.
All right.
All right. That's it for this
Jersey
one.
Boys.
Yeah. Check out Jersey Boys. Thank you for watching. And again, if you could help us out with a subscription, we would very much appreciate it. Thank you for watching, and we'll look forward to seeing you in the next video.
Bye.